Chapter 43, Solving Applications by Factoring, Application Problems by Factoring. Remember that you know the answer to every application, also known as word problem. The answer to the solution is always X, okay? And usually I leave it that way. Sometimes I modify it. Example 1. Two ships leave harbor at the same time. One travels north while the other one travels west. How far did the westbound ship travel when they are 130 miles apart? And the northbound ship traveled 20 miles more than twice the westbound ship. Okay, here we are. Here is the westbound ship. Here is the northbound ship. The westbound ship covered X miles. The difference between the two ships is 130. And the northbound ship covered twice the same distance as the westbound ship plus 20. So let X be the distance traveled, and 2x plus 20 is the distance traveled by the northbound ship. And by the Pythagorean theorem, one length square plus the other length square is equal to the hypotenuse square. Expand this. Don't forget the double product term. The double product term. Combine like terms. You have a quadratic. Look for the greatest common factor. It is 5. Factor out 5. You want the product to be 0. You can divide by 5 and forget about it. And then you do my product sum. Product 1 times 3,330, and the sum is positive 16. Remember that the sign of the large number I always write to the right side. The sign of the large number is the sign of the sum. The sum is positive, the large number is positive. A small number must be negative because a negative number times a positive number is a positive product. Run through all the divisors or factors of 3,300 until you find a pair of numbers that gives you 16. A calculator might come in handy. If you have a calculator, you might start somewhere in the middle. You wouldn't have to start with 1. Without a calculator, this is very advantageous, and you get all the possibilities. So later on, you don't have to scratch your head and say, gee, where are those numbers when they really don't exist? Okay, 1 times 3,300, negative 2 times 1,650, and so on, until you reach negative 50 here, 66 here. The sum is 16, like we needed, and the product is 3,310. Remember, these two magic numbers tell you how to split up the middle term when you're factoring a trinomial. After you factored out the greatest common factor, remember that. So you have 16, which is negative 50 plus 66. You group these two, you group those two, factor out x, factor out 66. You get a common factor, x minus 50, which you yank out, and you're left with x plus 66. Negative 66 is rejected. The answer is negative 66 when this is equal to 0, because you're not traveling backwards. You're traveling in the positive direction. So x is 50. The westbound ship traveled 50 miles.